Hello folks, Typhoon Carter here, and I bring to you Smogon Premier League 17. This is a Week 6 showdown between Fakes of the Alpha Ruiners and SFG of the Indie Scooters. So, Fakes coming in for the Ruiners after he had spent much of the season in GSC where he went 3-2. This is mostly because the Ruiners' DPP situation has been a disaster, with only one win through the first 5 weeks. They went for Tizio, who went 0-2, and then they had the baby, who went 1-2. So the Ruiners, in a desperate attempt to save their season, has put Fakes into DPP. This is probably Fakes' second or best tier, whereas GSC was like maybe only his fourth best tier. Not the point, but on the other hand, SFG having a tough draw. He is 2-3. He's been on a bit of a mini losing streak as of late, where he is now 3-2 going, or sorry, 2-3 going into this contest, and he's going to have to win here to avoid falling to 2-4, and this potentially being the sign of an even bigger losing streak. Funny story though was that during one of the weeks when I was covering bingo for DPP SPL, SFG messaged me mentioning that I had forgotten his name as somebody who could finish XVII. This was an honest error on my end, but ever since that message he sent me on Discord, he has not won a game since. Anyways, that being said though, let's jump right into this. Scarm lead, Empoleon lead. So Empoleon on SFG's end, if he prepared for Fakes, this is likely to be a Specs Empo. Could also just be rocks free attacks Empo, but into a Scarm, so that's something that Fakes doesn't really want to see. Assume if this is like a Fakes comfort pick where he's playing on his tractor, and the Scarm is probably Spadef Scarm with, like, you know, Clef, Laddie, like probably the fattest team possible. Anyway, Surf's here doing decent amounts of damage, so that's a Spadef Scarm indeed. And Tyranitar's got enter into game on SFG's end. Got swap into Latias, so this is probably the best case scenario for SFG. But for Fakes, if this is defensive Laddie, he's just gonna get Reflect up, and the Tyranitar should do significant damage with Crunch. But if it's doing 50%, which we will find out soon enough, Lefties is shown, Reflect is shown, 34%. So this is a mixed tar and a defense drop here. So gets a huge pursuit there, doing 48% behind the Reflect. So this is a mixed tar. And Flygon's gonna come in on the Clefable. Clefable's got Seismic Toss, doing decent amounts of damage. Knowing Fakes, this probably has a Magneton in the back. This is generally how you prepare against DD threats. SFG's gonna bring out the Iron Head, just gonna start doing Iron Head things. And Rotom's gonna come in, and this Rotom eats a critical hit, but that is a defensive Rotom, so it will threaten a Will-O-Wisp. And SFG is going to switch out, doesn't want to take the risk. However, Empoleon, while it comes in, it will threaten a huge Surf. Instead, just got a Hydro Pump here, and the Latias will go down. And Magneton is shown, and the Empoleon does go down. Something I will note here is that if this is the composition that Fakes is bringing out, his last, this might be a Weatherless stall, and the last might be something like a bulky SD Scizor, if he's going for the triple steel angle. Because like the thing is, like Scizor SD, that's something that Fakes has brought before, and I know it's something that Ladon likes. Like, this is like a fat win con. If not, then it could also just be, you know, something like a Pursuiter, like a Tyranitar. Anyways, speaking of T-Tar, T-Tar's gonna come in on the Scarm. Gonna get crunched here, but Scarm will probably have to fear a Fire Blast. Just Fakes okay with letting that go, wants to get a clean entry. Gets the Clef in, which doesn't seem to care about the possibility of Superpower. Seismic Toss is the Flygon here. And oh, it's Roost Flygon. So interesting. This is, if this is Roost Flygon, this tells me this is either a soft sand Flygon, you know, with like Toxic, for example, like EQ Toxic, for like more wall breaking. Could just be a standard attack invested Mixgon. But if that's the case, that tells me that SFG should normally have spikes in the back, but we will find out soon enough. 41% here, it is Life Orb, in fact. That begs the question of where's the spikes? Oh, just gotta get Ice Beamed on the way out there. Yeah, Clef sometimes runs that as a fourth move, and I think SFG just got caught with his pants down, for lack of a better word. And nice Toxic there from SFG, putting the Rotom on a timer. Magneton's gonna come in, probably gonna force a paralysis with the T-Wave. But if this Jirachi is refreshed, then SFG should feel pretty good about this. Clef's gonna come in, gets full para, gets knocked off, so that means the Jirachi is on a permanent timer. Oh, Stealth Rocks. So that does not look like it is a oh, okay, Stone Edge last. I usually don't like Stone Edge on T-Tar. Like, I get you want to hit Zap, but you really see why SFG probably wishes he had Superpower instead. Crunch is here, and the Jirachi is basically out of commission. Unless SFG has a Healing Wisher in the back, which could be possible if he's going for a double dragon action. S-Toss is here. And Gyarados is the follow-up. Has to be careful of Scarf Magneton, but SFG going to just Waterfall there, so good anticipation. They're recognizing that. Rotom's gonna come in, going to be really annoying. Oh, Latias is the last here. Gets discharged. Go recover here. So if everyone turns in, how this endgame scenario could play out. Latias could Healing Wish. Could try to wear down the Rotom and then, or trick into the Clef and then use Healing Wish to heal something like a Jirachi or Gyarados back up to full. That is one possible path that SFG can take. Whereas for Fakes, depending on what his last is, he either can hold this out or he will not. Oh, okay, the last is Scizor. Gets tricked there. And it's a lefty Scizor, so this is a bulky win condition Scizor on Fakes' team. Healing Wishes indeed. Going to heal the Jirachi back up. And the Rotom. Jirachi, oh, does not get the flinch though. I think if SFG got that, the game was over. So SFG not being able to catch a break. Rotom's going to instantly Will-O-Wisp, and I think that will wrap the game up because the Gyarados just it's just like taking way too much from Stealth Rocks, and even something like Bullet Punch from Scizor is just going to wear it down so much as long as Scizor gets a clean entry. And it has HP investment too, so. Iron Head's here. I mean, yeah, you really see the Jirachi getting worn down. And Fakes calls out the Toxic, just going to rest again. This game is a wrap, and SFG seemingly not able to get anything going. I thought SFG played well enough to try to potentially win the game. One thing I don't really like about SFG's team is that Mixgon, like the Double Dragon, I like it conceptually, but you really see the issue of where Mixgon is just so dependent on spikes to work. Like, I have never seen a Mixgon team really consistently find success without spike support of any kind. And this game, I think you really see how lackluster the damage is. And this Clef taking 13% from a burnt Iron Head, so it was probably Spadef Clef. And I think if the Mixgon was able to, if it was attack invested, and you can get the 2-hit KO on Clef, I think that's one way it could win. But this game's pretty much over regardless of what happens here. Seismic tosses, and yeah, so Fakes is gonna walk away with this. He's gonna go to 1-0 in DPP. I believe his record's now at 4-2 for the season overall. Whereas for SFG, he is now 2-4, and I think he's lost his last 3 games in a row now. So tough break for SFG. Good stuff by Fakes, who was probably just chilling on his tractor after this game. But that being said though, if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.